Good morning, friends. How are you? I hope you are safe, right? Today onwards, we are entering a new unit in our management science. New unit, right? Fifth unit, that is. So, look at here. Unit 5, management science. That is strategic management. This is the new unit of our MS, right? So these are the list of topics or questions we have in this unit, right? Types of plans, elements of corporate planning process. Corporate means MNC companies, right? Already we know the word corporate firms. Corporate means multinational companies, MNCs. So for MNCs companies, planning process is there. So for development of MNCs or corporate firms, we need to have some proper planning. So that planning process is here. That is the point of a corporate planning process. Next, environmental scanning. Environmental scanning. Next, strategic management process. This is the very important topic is here in this unit, right? Strategic management process. In this strategic management process, we have the 4 steps. First one is environmental scanning. Next, strategic formulation, strategic implementation, strategic evaluation and control, and SWOT analysis. So these 3 are the different questions or different topics in our unit, and these are the different stages in this strategic management process, right? Strategic formulation, strategic implementation, strategic evaluation and control. The next topic is here SWOT analysis. Strength, weakness, opportunity, threat analysis. And the next topic is here generic strategic alternatives. Strategic alternatives, or it is also known as theories of multinational companies. Here already we know corporate firms, that is multinational companies. Both are same, corporate and multinational companies. Their theories or alternatives. And finally, we will end up this unit with global strategies. It is another topic, right? These are the few topics, 10 topics we have in this unit 5, management science, strategic management, right? So today's class, we need to discuss about types of plans. Okay, before going to know and start this topic, types of plans, just understand what is meant by strategy. Introduction, right? Strategic management. So what is meant by strategic management? The meaning and definitions, right? So look at here. The word strategy is derived from the Greek word strategios. Strategos. Stratus means army, and egos means the leading or moving his team. So simply strategy in action is an action that managers take to attain one or more of the organizational goals. So here, look at me. Simply strategy means a very long-term plan, and it's a excellent, superb, awesome plan is called as here strategy. First of all, what is meant by plan? Plan means deciding the future course of actions. Deciding the future course of actions for achieving our targets of the company, for achieving the particular task. So for achieving these things, we need to decide a future course of actions, future plans. So the type of determination of future course of actions is called as here plan, right? So here we have also another sense. Plan means estimation of time, estimation of cost, estimation of time, estimation of cost, and pre-decided course of actions. Pre-decided course of actions. And next, plan for who to do, where to do, when to do, how to do, who to do, whom to do, what to do, when to do, where to do, who to do, how to do, whom to do. These six questions planning also comes under here plans, right? So here planning is nothing but predetermination of future course of actions, estimation of time, estimation of cost, and plan for who to do, where to do, when to do, how to do, who to do, whom to do, what to do. These all things are also comes under here. These four steps, these 4 points are called as here planning. But here strategy means this plan, excellent plan, marvelous and superb plans are called as here strategy, right? So this strategies is excellent, extraordinary plans for achieving the targets of the company. So right, so this planning and controlling of these actions or call it as strategic management, right? So here look at this strategy is simply a long-term excellent super plan. Once again I want to repeat it. Strategy means a long-term superb excellent plan is called as here strategy. This strategy a word came from strategios. Here we split these strategios words into stratus and egos. Stratus and egos. Look at here. Stratus and egos. So strategos divided into two types, stratus and egos. Stratus means army. Egos means the leading the army, the motivating the army team, the encourage the army team. So that is stratus, egos, strategos. So this strategy is came from that Greek word strategos. So first of all, this strategy word and this strategic management planning is used for in the militaries, in the militaries and the war situations. That excellent superb plans they are used and they win in the wars, right? In the wars. So that same strat, the same approach, the same methodology adapted by all the corporate firms, then it will convert it into a strategic management. So simply strategy means excellent superb plans. So here look at the second point. Strategic management is continuous planning and monitoring, analysis and the assessment of all the necessaries for the organization to meet the organization goals and objectives. Just I told you, so planning, controlling. These all things are meant for achieving the targets of the company, achieving the goals of the company. So look at here, to meet the goals and objectives of the company. So here, continuous planning and continuous monitoring and continuous analysis and continuous assessment. Assessment means it's like checking of our actual work done, right? So checking our performances and analysis of the reports, monitoring each and every processes and planning, predetermination of the course of actions, estimation of time, estimation of cost, and plan for who to do, where to do, when to do, how to do, where, whom to do, what to do. These all things are also called as here planning. So this continuous planning, continuous checking and monitoring the each and every process of business organizations and analysis of each and every report and assessment of means checking of our performances for achieve the goals and objectives of the company, achieve the goals and objectives of the company. That is called as here strategic management. Once again, I want to repeat it. Continuous planning and continuous monitoring the business processes and analysis of the each and every reports and check or assessment of personal and performance checking for achieving the goals and objectives of the company. This total processes and these total actions are called as a strategic management. So planning, monitoring, analysis, assessment. These all things are comes under here strategic management for achieving goals and objectives of the company. That is called as here strategic management, right? Next continuation. In the field of in the field of management, strategic management involves the formulation and implementation, the major goals, and invite initiative taken by the organizations, top management on behalf of the owners, based upon the consideration of the resources and the assessment of the internal and external environments in which the organization operates. So here, strategic management involves, look at here carefully, strategic management involves the formulation and the implementation of the goals and initiative taken by the organization, initiatives taken by the organization's top level management. So here, strategic means a long, extraordinary, superb plans, a long-term, extraordinary, super plans. These plans, formulation, and after completion of formulation of these plans, then we need to implementation of these plans, formulated plans, right? So for these two purposes, formulation means preparation, prepare. So plan and their implementation. For these two purposes, the top level management involves on behalf of the owners to achieve the targets of the company. So on behalf of the owners, the top level management involves or initiatives taken to preparation of plans and their implementations for achievement of the targets of the company, for achievements of the targets of the company, right? The strategic management provides overall directions. Look at here. It provides overall direction to an enterprise and involves specifying the organization's objectives, right? Look at here. It involves overall direction to the company. Enterprise means here company. And next, it involves the specifying the organization's objectives. Organization objective means here goals or targets. And developing the policies. Policies means here guidelines and plans to achieve those objectives. And then allocating the resources to implement these plans, implement those plans. So allocating the resources. Resources means just you should remember 5 M's. 5 M's means here resources. So 5 M's means money, men, materials, methods, and the missionaries. These are the 5 M's. These 5 M's are called as here resources. So here it provides overall direction and provides resources and prepare policies and plans for achieving the targets of the company, right? So the strategic management provides these all things: directions, planning, monitoring, next analysis, assessments, policies, plans. These all things are comes under here strategic management to achieve the targets of the company. So simply, the strategic management is used for only one thing: to achieve the targets of the company. The strategy means a very long-term and extraordinary superb plan is called as their strategy. So directions, monitoring and planning, resources allocation, directions and implementation of these all things are comes under their strategic management. These all things means planning, controlling, monitoring, checking the performance, directions, resources allocation and their controlling of strategy preparations and implementation of strategies. These all things are for achieving the targets of the company, achieving the targets of the company, right? So simply strategic management is the long-term extraordinary superb plans for achieving the targets of the company, right? So this is all about strategy and strategic management, right? It's continuous planning and monitoring, assess, analysis, assessment, and policies, plans, objective plans, right? Directions and resources allocation and their management, and next formulation and implementation. These all things are comes under here strategic management for achieving the targets and goals of the companies, right? This is all about the strategic management meaning, right? Next, coming to types of plans. Types of plans. So here, types of plans. Look at these three slides is we need to discuss here. So single used plans. Already just I told you plan or planning means pre-decided or predetermination of future course of actions. ముందుగా జరగబోయే పనులని ఇప్పుడే మనం డిసైడ్ చేయడం. So estimation or predetermination of future course of actions for achieving our targets, right? Predetermination of future course of actions, estimation of time, estimation of cost, and then and plan for who to do, what to do, where to do, how to do, what to do, whom to do. These all things are also comes under in the planning part, right? Once again, I want to repeat: pre-decided or predetermination of future course of actions, estimation of time, estimation of cost, and plan for who to do, whom to do, where to do, when to do, how to do, what to do. This also comes under here planning. So these four things, these 4 points are called as here plan, right? Plan. So here, first thing is here single user plans. So here, this type of plans only uses one time, non-repetitive. So these apply the activities that don't recur or repeat. A one-time occurrence, such as a special sales program or single user plans, because it deals with the one who, what, where, how, and how much an activity. A budget is also one of the example of single use plans, right? They're single used plans. Suppose in our personal life, the education, BTech, this is a single used plans. After completion of BTech, we don't want to join BTech again. Am I right? Just we want to join in MTech, not the BTech, right? So this planning, you were planning for conduct studying of your BTech and develop preparation, learning aspects and learning methodologies, writing skills, speaking skills, interpretation skills, project management. These all things are different plans or single user plans, right? It is not repetitive. After completion of BTech, just you skip these all things, right? And then you you will join in a particular job or maybe in MTech, right? Single user plans. So after completion of BTech, you won't join in BTech again. Am I right? So, and in our personal life, marriage is single user plan, right? And the construction of a building, it is also a single user plans, because we are all middle class people, right? So like that, single use plans. Suppose take the example of contracts, huge contracts. In the previous classes we discussed CPM and PET diagrams, am I right? So these CPM and PET diagrams, just we used single user plans for completion of total project or total contract. In those situations, we can call it as single user plans, right? And the second one is continuing or ongoing plans. So these plans are used for continuous plans for our company, right? So here, look at this. So these are usually made once and retain the value over a period of years while undergoing periodic revisions and updates for continuous of our business. So business continuous, right? Suppose take the example of mobiles. So this mobiles manufacturing, so what type of mobile or model we need to do and how much quantity we need to produce and how to give awareness about the product in the mind of the customers and how to control the productions and how to reduce the wastages of raw materials and how to uh, giving the attractions towards our product in the mind of the customers. These all things are continuous plannings, continuous processes, right? If these processes and these plans are stopped, then our company production will stop. Am I right? So continuous ongoing plans till the company will collapse. So each and every task and business activity need ongoing plans or continuous plans, right? As long as business continues, these plans are continuous. Next, operational plans. These operational plans means so doing the production activities. So the continuous team leader plans and develop the operational plans, support the tactical plans. So simply production departmental activities and their plannings, HR department and their related activities, marketing department and their related activities, financial department and their related departmental activities. These all things are comes under operational business plans, operational business activities and their plans is called as their operational plans. And vision and mission. Vision means a long-term plan. Its plan is meant for 20 years, up to 20 years. So now we are planning for development of a company for the next 20 years. This type of long-term plan is called as your vision. And next, mission means mission. Mission means half of the vision is mission. So here vision is meant for 20 years planning. Mission is meant for 10 years planning. 10 years planning, right? The next strategy. Just I told you in the first slide, right? Strategy. Strategy means excellent, superb long-term plan. So based upon these strategies, we can achieve targets of our company. So it strategy is a plan that three specific dimensions we have: establishing long-term objectives, selecting a specific course of action. Just I told you now, specific course of actions, a future course of actions to achieve our targets of the company. So establish long-term targets or objectives and fix a specific course of actions and allocating the necessary resources needed for the plan. And last one, forming a strategy and implementing these strategy for achieving the targets of the company, achieving the targets of the company. For here, forming a strategy, we need to reserve the top level of management, involving the top level of management and all future decisions and the company long-term scope and general directions we need to have, right? So for forming these directions and top level involvement and future decisions or we are needed for forming the strategy. So strategy forming, allocating the necessary resources. Resources means 5 M's. 5 M's: money, men, material, machinery, and the methods. Resources and select or fix the future course of actions, future course of activities, and set the targets. These all things are comes from here strategy. So simply strategy means a long-term excellent plan to achieve targets of the company, right? And next type, These are the types: single user plans, continuous or ongoing plans, operational plans, vision and mission, strategy. And next, these are also called these are also comes under here plan. And next plan is here policies. So policies means a general guidelines. Policies is nothing but a guidelines for do the business operations or business activities. So each and every business operation and each and every business activity, we should have the guidelines. That guidelines are called as here policies. Policies, right? So here policies are a generic statements which are basically guide to the channelize energies towards a particular strategy, right? So it is a general statement which are basically the guidelines to the people, to the employees to do the particular strategy, to implement the strategies, right? Next thing is here procedures. Procedures means the next level of one of the type of plan is here different processes of each and every activities. So each and every business activities. So here this is the processes. So some of the example of HR activities: recruitment, selection, training, performance appraisal, motivation. These are the few things we have in the HR functions, human relations activities. Already we discussed these all things in the second unit of our MS, right? So suppose what is the process of recruitment and what is the process of selection of a suitable candidate and how it is the process of giving training or what is the procedures or what is the processes to know the performance of each and every employees. These all the processes is called as here procedures. So procedures is one of the plan for each and every business activities, right? And next rules. So every function and every organization have the specific rules. So rules are very specific statements that define an action or non-action, right? ఏం చేయాలి ఏం చేయకూడదు specific statements, very specific statements define action or non-action is called as rules. So in our college we have some rules. Every student must have the uniform, must wear the uniform, right? Should attend in time to the classes and regularly to the classes, regular to the classes, right? Listen carefully and um, complete their tasks or their works within a time, right? So don't do the ragging in the careless campus. This is a few rules. Same way, the companies have no smoking. This the particular very specific statements that are action or non-action. That is called as the rules. So every organization has specific rules, right? Next, programs. So program is another type of a plan. So here it indicates the company's policies and company's rules and company's targets and their procedures, right? In-depth statement about outline the policies and rules and objectives and procedures of the company. That is called as your program. And next, methods or techniques for doing our specific tasks and their procedures must be performed. So here look at this thing. The methods prescribed that way in which a specific task of a procedures must be performed. So the way of doing, the way of conducting the particular job or particular work, that way is called as here the method, right? Next, last, budget. It is another type of plan, that is estimation of amount for specific activities is called as here budget, right? Budget is look at here, budget is a statement of expected results the manager expect from the company. So budget are also quantitative statements so that they are expressed in a numerical terms, amount, numerical terms. A budget quantifies the forecast or future of the organization. So future business activities needed some money. So that estimation of amount is comes under here budget, right? So up to now, we discussed about strategic management. Strategic management means the strategy word is Greek word, came from strategos, stratus and agos. These are the two words. Stratus means army, ego means leading the team or moving the team, encouraging the team. Ego means, right? So here the strategic management means strategy means first of all strategy means a very excellent extraordinary superb plan is called as a strategy. So strategic management means so preparation of plans and continuous monitoring and analysis of the reports and assessment or checking of our performances, and next set the goals and set the policies and plan for allocating the resources and maintenance of the resources. These all things are comes under their strategic management for the purpose of achieving the targets of the company, right? So here we have some types of plans: single used plans, continuous or ongoing plans, operational plans. Operational plans means each and every business activities and their related plans. Vision means a long-term plan which leads to future 20 years plans. Vision means half of the vision is mission. So 10 years plan is called as your mission. And strategy. Its strategy involves establishing of long-term goals and future course of actions and allocating the necessary resources and forming directions and policies for achieving the goals of the company. Next, policies. Policies is simply guidelines for doing the tasks, procedures. So, what is the processes of each and every business activity we need to do. The next, rules. Rules are very specific statements that define an action or non-actions. And next, methods and techniques. What way we need to do the processes, the works, and budget, the amount, how much amount we need to allocate, and how much amount we need to expect for doing all those business activities. That is budget. So these are the plans, and this about strategies. And we will discuss it in the next class with the elements of corporate planning and corporate planning process. These two topics we will discuss in the next class. Elements of corporate planning and the corporate planning process. Right? Thanks for listening, guys. Stay home, stay safe. Bye.